I never have to beg for her attention. And you should never have to beg for your partner's attention either. And it turns out what we do with our attention is a pretty big indicator in whether our relationships will last. Meet John Gottman. This man has been studying relationships for like 50 years. Predicting whether a relationship will last is kind of his specialty. In his studies, he realized, hey, maybe it's not the depth of intimacy in conversations that matters. It doesn't matter whether we agree or disagree with each other. It matters how we pay attention. What we're talking about doesn't even matter. And if you think about it, a relationship, life in general, really is just a bunch of small moments and interactions all strung together. And according to my boy John, trust is built in these small moments. He calls them sliding door moments. These are all the seemingly mundane moments of our relationships. And it's easy for us to think that it's the big stuff, the big fights or disagreements. Those are to blame for our relationships ending. But according to John, it's the small stuff that matters the most. Those are the make or break moments of our relationships. He's coined the term bids for connection. Bids can be big or small, words or actions. Could be a comment or a question, a touch. They can be silly or serious. And in these bids for connection, we have a few ways that we can respond. Do you turn towards or turn away from your partner in these moments? Or worst of all, against? Do you listen to what your partner has to say? Do you look at that thing that they just pointed out to you? Do you blow them off? Do you acknowledge that they even walked in the room? Or do you get angry that they asked you a question in the first place? If we're walking down the street and I point out that cute dog over there, if my partner doesn't say anything or acknowledge that I said anything, they just let me speak into the abyss. They're turning away from me. If they look at the dog, they engage with my observation, my bid for connection, they're turning towards me. If they get mad that I said anything at all because maybe they're a cat person, they're turning against. Also, please exit the relationship if this is happening because nobody deserves that shit. The way I see it, these moments just become conversation starters or potential rejection. Is my partner gonna leave me hanging and make me feel stupid or rejected for pointing out that thing that I just noticed in the world? Or are they gonna give me their attention, their curiosity? And if they do, we'll probably just start talking about our childhood pets or that time that my dog scratched me in the eye and gave me this scar. These silly little passing moments give us the opportunity to share more about ourselves and our perspectives with our partners. So why would you not engage? And remember, the best part is they don't have to agree with me that the dog is cute. They just have to give me the time of day. They just have to make me feel worth their attention. And we're all easily distracted, busy, sure. We may not always respond. Maybe we're in the middle of something. But majority of the time is your partner turning towards you. Over time, trust builds or breaks depending on how your partner responds to you in these little interactions. In successful, happy relationships, couples respond to each other positively 86% of the time. That's 8, almost 9 times out of 10. Not only that, but they bid often. These bids don't have to be grand gestures or cost a lot of money. They can be short and sweet, and even then, you're showing the person that you love that they're worth your time. Text sweet messages, greet them when they come home from work, ask them how their day was, write them a little note on the mirror, for the love of God, kiss. Slap their ass even. Consensually, of course. I feel lucky that I've never had to beg for her attention. I only recently learned about the concept of a bid for connection, but our relationship is practically eBay with all the bidding that we're doing. I've known from the start that there was something different about our relationship. In my marriage, my husband would come home from work and we got to the point where literally neither one of us would go greet the other one. I would stay working in my office upstairs, he would change, plop on the recliner, completely indifferent that we hadn't talked to each other or seen each other all day. And now we're divorced. When Sid walks in the door, we're both screaming, "Oh, baby! Baby!" Our faces still light up when we see each other. What's different is that we're a little obsessed with each other. I didn't have the language before, but we bid often. And we are constantly turning towards each other. It's the way she pays attention when I tell her to look at one of our cats for the 30th time that day. It's the way she comes into my office throughout the day just to say hi because she missed me, and how I do the same thing to her. It's the way we stay up late most nights gabbing in bed until we fall asleep. It's the way even if she's distracted when I say something, she asks me to say it again. She makes me feel worth her time, and I already know she's worth mine. I find a lot of comfort knowing that it's the mundane moments of our lives that are the most meaningful in the happiness of our relationships and whether they will last. Mary Oliver is my favorite poet, and she once wrote, "To pay attention, this is our endless and proper work." She clearly got it, and I think I'm starting to get it too. So when you're out there looking for love, look for someone who turns towards you. If you want lasting, meaningful love, don't look for someone who just pays the bill. Look for someone who pays attention.
You're never getting away from me.
Never?
If you broke up with me, I would go to jail. Because I would hunt you down.